How you doing, folks? Today I will have my hopes and aspirations crushed with the first trailer for the Dark Tower and review Nacho Vigalondo new movie, which combines giant kaiju monsters and functioning alcoholism with Colossal. And also take a look at my insecurities from the first episode. So, yeah, it's going to be a real fun, upbeat episode. How about that first episode? Yeah, it's crappy. It's horrible. If you haven't seen it, don't even bother going back and watching it. It's not worth it. I'm horrible. The thing I don't get whenever I was editing this was how I sound. Like, my voice doesn't sound anything like it sounds in my head. A lot cooler in my head. When I talk it out loud, I'm like, no, I should just be mute. The robotic way I was talking was a little bit messed up too, so I'm trying to work on all the stuff I picked apart from my first episode. My hand gestures are gonna have to do something more. Like, I don't really know what to do with my hands during stuff. It's like that Will Ferrell thing from Talladega Nights. My robotic talking, I'm just nervous. I don't want to be as nervous because I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just talking to a camera, but I'm talking to tons of people, and I'm not used to talking to an inanimate object, so hopefully that'll change. And then more I get into this, more comfortable I'll be talking to you, and hopefully better stuff we'll end up making. I did get some lights, though. Some fucking production value right there. Doesn't look like a porn anymore. That may actually be a downside, I'm not sure yet. But hopefully, as far as this goes, we'll get a little better each episode. At least got a little bit better looking lights now. Didn't know how much lighting affected stuff. It looks way different. I like it a lot. But with this, hopefully, like I said, it's a project. Get better as it goes, hopefully. I said again. I said that a ton in the first episode. I'm trying to work on that. Just filler. Don't want filler. I want clear, precise points, but we'll see how it goes. Don't build Rome overnight. Or even a shady shack, probably. That's what this be more akin to. But thanks for sticking with me, and we'll get right into the show.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Okay, so the Dark Tower trailer dropped. And it left me with a feeling of meh. Like, it's what I expected from any Hollywood blockbuster movie, especially from Sony. Sony seems just to do copy and paste trailers. I was hoping for more since it was the Dark Tower and it's such a weird, giant story. And from the trailer, you get bits from almost every book. Like, it seems like they just put everything in a blender, press start on it, and then from what I can tell, there's not really much rhyme or reason why I saw them, but hopefully the movie does a good job of putting everything in there. I don't have high hopes, though. And I wasn't one of those people that were like, oh my god, they cast Idris Elba, but he's black. No, race doesn't play a hardcore part in the story. Up until he meets Susanna, which when they first meet, there's this racial divide between them. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. If not, pick up a book, read it. The story's fantastic. That and the apparently from everything I've read, the books and the movie are going to be kind of separate. It's kind of a continuation of certain stuff in the story. If you read the books, you know what I'm talking about. If not, like I said, go read a book. It's hard to talk about this stuff and not be a douche and spoil everything. But Idris Elba, I think, will play a great Roland. He has this feeling about him that you don't get from actors these days.
I do not kill with my gun. I kill with my heart.
Like an old kind of tough guy Hollywood, almost Clint Eastwood type thing, before Clint Eastwood went crazy. And they got McConaughey playing the Man in Black / Walter, which is the perfect casting. I wouldn't have thought of anyone better.
Did Did you tell the kid whoever walks with you dies by my hand?
The story, the first movie seems like they're focusing really hard on Jake, who's his companion through the series, and hopefully later they bring in Eddie and Susanna.
There's another world out there.
I know there is.
Who are you?
But the trailer just seemed too Hollywood and too polished for what I think a Dark Tower movie, the feeling should be. There were slow motion shots of him reloading revolvers. And I'm just like, that's not... Roland's not flashy. He's very point A to point B. There was one scene where he reloads a gun super fast.
I do not aim at my hand.
And that was my, like, in the book, when I read it, that was the picture I thought of him reloading guns. Which that got to me. I'm like, all right, cool. Hopefully more of that, less of the Matrix slow motion reloading. But there's so much in that trailer, if you've read the books, that you pick out. You're like, that's out of place, that's out of place, that's out of place. How are they going to... Because there's even stuff from, like, the last book in here. So I don't know what they're doing. My expectations are already set pretty low because it's such a weird, massive series that not really much you can do, but hope for the best when you see it and go in with low expectations. And hopefully you're surprised. My Guardians of the Galaxy thing, go in with super low expectations, and if it's super good, you feel even better about it than you would have beforehand. So, yeah, Dark Tower just has me kind of meh. I was hoping for more. I was hoping to get that feeling I had from the books when I read it. Hopefully the trailer's nothing like the movie. That's all I hope. Hopefully it's one of those that you see the trailer like, I'm going in for this, and you come out going, no, that wasn't... Like Colossal. Colossal's trailer almost had it like a romantic comedy where it is... No. It's not that at all. In the best possible way, though. We'll get to that later, but... So... Yeah, that's the Dark Tower trailer. I don't really know where to end that one. Don't have a good segue to anything else, so... Today we're talking about Nacho Vigilano's new movie, Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis.
Did you get that tingle? You know you're watching something that's going to change the course of history.
I saw this movie a few days ago, and I was actually really, really impressed with how much I liked it. Being an Anne Hathaway independent movie, it wasn't really something that was kind of on my radar that much. We got a new independent kind of art house theater in a town near me, so we went there to check it out. Thoroughly impressed with how good it was. The movie is about Anne Hathaway, who plays Gloria, and her life is just a train wreck. Can't keep a job, is essentially just a functioning alcoholic, and she gets dumped by her boyfriend, played by Dan Stevens.
You are out of control.
What?
I've packed your things. They're in the bedroom.
What?
And has to move back home to kind of get her life together. When she moves back in, she ends up meeting up with Jason Sudeikis, who plays his goofy, lovable, and funny Jason Sudeikis character he plays in every movie he's ever been in. And they end up becoming kind of buddies and rekindling their friendship from when they were kids. He gives her a job in his bar, and that doesn't really help her alcoholism. And you see her kind of battling with these real-world issues. And then the movie takes an odd turn where you find out if she walks through this certain kids park at a certain time, a monster of Godzilla proportions will appear in Seoul, Korea, and do exactly what she does.
You alright?
Yeah, it's this nervous tick I have. I get this itch.
Oh my God.
There's a point where she's walking through with just an air mattress because she has nothing in her new place she's living. And the monster's walking through Seoul, Korea with a bag, carrying it as she goes. And you find out that for some reason, this certain time she's in it, monster happens. And the monster becomes a great metaphor for her problems and the gravity of her problems and what they do and have an effect on her life. The movie, I don't want to get into too much before the spoiler section because it takes such a weird turn and it's such a great turn that I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Go see the movie. It's really, really good. Makes me wonder what Nacho Vigalondo is going to do for his next movie. Like he's a director that is firmly on my radar now.
I'm sure you got something.
It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.
It's just damn good. Surprised with the performances in it. Very, very surprised. Well, I'm going to get to the spoiler section now, so if you haven't seen it, warning you. Don't want to ruin anything for him. Don't want to be that douchebag at the party, but about to be that douchebag at the party. So here we go. As the movie goes on, and her and Jason Sudeikis' friendship kind of become a little bit more blended. Like there may be a romance there, may not. They're just kind of friends. You find out that not only can she make a giant monster in Seoul, Korea, but he can too when he's on the playground at the same time. His is a giant robot, so it's really just old school Godzilla top monsters. And the movie turns where he takes a dark turn. Like a turn I didn't think Jason Sudeikis could turn. And at a certain point, he grabs this movie and won't let it go.
Look what had to happen for things to get interesting around here.
He fucking owns this movie. Like, he becomes such a great representation and such a great living metaphor for her alcoholism and her problems. Especially when you look back on the first of the movie when she starts working at the bar. And it starts out all fun, like drinking does. You hang out, have a few drinks with some friends. Then it starts affecting your life more and starts turning darker and darker until it just takes over your fucking life. And that's what Jason Sudeikis does at a certain point. He just starts controlling Anne Hathaway, controlling what she does, who she can talk to, who she can be with, and just won't let her go. And it's such a great metaphor for her issues. Then at the end of the movie, Anne Hathaway goes to Seoul, Korea to confront the giant robot that has been made at this point.
I'm more out of control than ever.
And she's beaten up, broken, because Jason Sudeikis just beats her ass at a certain point and tells her if she leaves, he's going to come back to this park and will destroy a part of Korea every day that she's not there. And you feel trapped with her. Like, Anne Hathaway has that thing where when she comes into a movie, your foot's kind of already out the door with her. And the first part of the movie, she walks out the door and lets you lock it on her. As the movie goes on, she slowly gets a foot back in the door, kind of gets a little blaze in. Then when Jason Sudeikis makes his turn, you grab her and pull her in. You go with her the rest of that movie in such a great way. Like this is her best performance that I've seen her make.
Just wait for it.
Wait for what?
Is it there?
The giant monster? Yeah.
Hi, asshole! Mwah! I'm blowing you kisses.
And this movie makes me so look forward to Nacho Vigalondo's next movies. Because he makes interesting films. And that's something we don't have too much anymore. I'm sure Marvel will snatch him up soon and do like a Squirrel Girl movie or something, but we'll see. Highly recommend Colossal. If you like any of the kind of independent movies or even monster movies, like if you like Godzilla, you would look at this and be like, what would you do if you could control a giant monster? And just movie works extremely well. if you're around the area, they were playing at the Palace Picture House, which is the art house theater in Chattanooga. So go check it out there, see if they have any tickets, and yeah, do that. I don't really know where to end the episode, so I'm just gonna, cut it off here. Links to stuff down in the description of trailers for Colossal and the trailer for the Dark Tower. That's where we're going to end the show today. Links in the description if you want to check out the stuff we talked about today. I'd highly recommend you go see Colossal. Great movie if you can catch it around. It's not really playing too many places, so if you can catch it, do. Fantastic movie. With that, hopefully see you next time. Have a good day.